Hi, I'm Robin, and I'm going to be going over some stuff that I learned in my philosophy class this semester with Professor Dallas Holsey. It was like the second day of lecture, and Professor Holsey walks in and he throws out this random question, what is everything? And everything is what? And I didn't quite grasp what he was asking, but as lecture went on, we started talking about some different philosophers and how they viewed what everything was. The first philosopher that we talked about was Thales. Thales was the first philosopher, first scientist to the Western world, and he introduced the idea that everything was made of water. Now, to me, this didn't make sense because how could the towel I used that morning be made of water? I mean, sure, it absorbed water off of my body, but the towel itself wasn't made of water. It took water to grow the cotton to produce the towel, but again, the towel wasn't water. And so this just kind of didn't make sense to me, and it kind of, made me think, what is this class about? And then as lecture went on, we started talking about Anaximander. And Anaximander he challenged Thales about how everything was made of water. He believed that reality is too unlimited, that this world is too limited for it to be narrowed down to a single substance of water, and I agree. Sure, it takes water to sustain life, but I do not believe that everything comes from water. Our second philosopher that we talked about was Pythagoras. Pythagoras is responsible for the Pythagorean theory, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which is, renowned. And however, Pythagoras believed everything was a mathematical equation, that everything could be explained by using numbers. Now, I disagree with this to an extent. Yes, my house that I live in is a mathematical equation, length times width. Okay, sure. My checkbook is a long mathematical equation, but a mathematical equation nonetheless. And that describes two areas of my life, but it cannot describe my whole life. Like the love I have for my children. I'm sorry, that cannot be put into numbers or symbols or some formula. It's just impossible. Now, the third philosopher we talked about was Heraclitus. Heraclitus believed that everything was change. I kind of like with Pythagoras, I agree with this a little bit. I mean, I do believe nothing stays the same, but I do not believe everything changes at the same time. How can you say everything changes when the sun will always rise in the east, set in the west, the sky will always be blue? However, our body changes. We grow older, we get wrinkles, we get gray hair. Everything will eventually die. That's a big change. So yes, to an extent, I agree with Heraclitus, but for the most part, no, I don't. And it brings us back to the original question, what is everything? One thing I've learned from philosophy is to question everything, but don't expect solid answers. You don't know how someone else views something. What everything may be to me is not everything to somebody else. The way I view the world is not how somebody else is going to view the world. So what is everything? From the air we breathe, the thoughts we think, the existence of ourselves in a room, our mindset, everything. What is everything? And the one thing I learned in philosophy is, I don't know. And it's okay to not know. Well, I hope you found this informative, and thank you for watching.